Come on. Without hesitations nor deviations to the matter, let's continue to grind, to shine. Cowboys, Tony Pollard time. Let's talk about this. Thank those that's on the Facebook group. Appreciate you. Still should be the same philosophy. Run the ball. One love to the HBO. Shout out to the Share Gang community too. Salute to you, Asmodeus. Come on. As the room fill up. Let's go. Yo. How about them Cowboys? What's up, everybody? Really appreciate you so much. So the philosophy still should be the same. There should be the Cowboys running the ball, play balanced football against the Chicago Bears. I absolutely understand that we may be down a man, but you got to stick to your philosophy and stick to what help you win games. Complementary football. Let's not stress this out. Let's not rush this thing into a situation whereas you're playing outside of the norm. This is a home game for the Cowboys, and by it being a home game, hear me out, we should take control. It's time out for the Cowboys to be docile with this, because last I checked, when you have a lion out there, right, a lion is not a docile animal. It's not. When it sees, when he's hungry, he go out there and eat. When it's time to eat, he don't make excuses. He figure out ways. I got a stomach pain, and I've got to fill it in with some food. And today's menu. What's on the menu? Bears. So that should be the mindset. The Bears should be on the menu. The Bears should be what the Cowboys trying to feast off of. Right. Appreciate you guys so much, man. Nobody's buying ESPN Plus to watch this whack game. You got to buy ESPN Plus? Oh, they tripping. They absolutely tripping, my guy Sam. Oh, my gosh, man. Shout out to you. Appreciate the Facebook squad. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Juan. Thank you for jumping in. Gut Bomber says, how about them Cowboys? So cousin Tony going to be just fine out there. Is Adrian Matthews. Okay. See, so he's your cousin. Where you get cousin from? He's your cousin. Like D-Law said a few years back, we eat lions, tigers, bears. We don't give a you-know-what. I appreciate that, fam. So I've been hearing storylines also of the possibility of Damone Clark getting out there. Now, that would be nice, right? Also, this Cowboys, don't we need a good game back-to-back? Is it about time for us to have that back-to-back? Ain't that right, Angel? Columbia, appreciate you. Kareem, appreciate you for jumping in. Is that not Aaron and VA? In Dallas land, they're going to show the game. Broncos, Jaguars on ESPN Plus. Oh, wow. All right. Manny says, Law Nation stand up. Yeah, we're going to try to stand tall with this. All right, so far, this guy by the name of Tony Pollard, he had 67 carries, right? That put him in the bottom half of the league because he's not giving that many totes. He had 375 yards. With that being said, his yards per carry is 5.6. This dude, literally, when he get the ball, is 5.6 yards per carry. Now, one of the things that we can all look back on and say to ourselves, man, it's good to have a backup plan. And the backup plan should be still the same, right? If Ezekiel Elliott, because he's doubtful, so they're going to hold that until tomorrow. But 9 times out of 10, when the Cowboys got a player as doubtful, they're not playing, right? It's a game day decision, but they're not playing. So we have this opportunity to see Tony Pollard and this other kid that I talked about earlier on my stream by the name of Malik Davis. He's a north and south runner, got a little wiggle at the edge of his runs. He is a guy that can get inside, got a little juice to him, and he can find the end zone too. He got a little nose for it. And one of the things that the Cowboys been doing is that they also brought in Quadre Ollison, right? They elevated him. They also elevated Dak Shepley, the Canadian, right? So, or Dakota Shepley, that's a better way to say his name. And we look at resources. We look at things on how we can better our best. And the philosophy still should be the same. And this could be a game that Cavante Turpin get out. Y'all saw that play. Yeah. That was brought to you by Malik Davis, right? So what we need to look at from here, Cowboy Nation, is how can we continue to take these little small steps. I told people before, you don't want to peak around this time, you know. Last year around this time, we seen a team peak by the name of the Cards. And then they got into the playoff and they did the same thing my Cowboys did last year, right? Same thing. Same thing. So this team, stick to the philosophy, stick to the formula. Everything will work itself out. Shout out to you, Janny. Thank you for jumping in. Shout out to you, VIP. Brown, what's good? Thank you, Big. Yeah, we're going to have that Big D energy, man. Appreciate you. Love all of these film sessions brought to you. Is it worry about Kelly? Will get in his own way. Again, this is from my guy, Jay Versick. Nugget. We all know that Kellen Moore is looking for an opportunity to pass the ball, throw the ball, sling the ball all over the field. I get all of that, you know, but the philosophy still should be the same. Run the ball. Everything else will work itself out. Cowboy Nation, if this team continue to stick to it, that's what they got to do. It's time out for everything or anything else. Ain't this right, Fee Music? Pittsburgh peaked to and then fell to the wayside. This is from Asmodeus. Yeah. Now, when we look at teams that need to lose in order for us to be elevated, if we take care of business tomorrow, or where we take care of business tomorrow, the Giants, they play against the Seattle Seahawks, who one can argue is hard to play. It's hard to play up there in Seattle land. Right, and I don't care who the quarterback is. And Geno, he came off of a good start, and that could be a situation and scenario that the Seattle Seahawks knock the Giants back into reality. That could be what will happen. Now, the other team that will play tomorrow, right? The Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Eagles. The Eagles dropping everything. You know, I can't even have a single post to myself without an Eagle fan saying, hey, we 6-0. Hey, we 6-0. That's what all of the Eagles, hey, we 6-0. We 6-0. You know, and that's cool. That's cool. Because the same energy you give is the same energy you're going to receive back. Oh, my goodness, I got Monty loaded up, locked and ready to get on up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I just let them bloviate about their wins or what have you. But one thing I can tell you about Mike Tomlin, when you look back at the Pittsburgh Steelers, they 2-5, right? And they're sneaky because I believe that the defense, they're ranked 19th in the NFL. And if you look at the Steelers, there's never been a season that Tomlin finished below 500. And it's about to go down. So, hey, just know that you better reciprocate some of that energy. because we going to bring it over here because we minding our own business, right? We ain't talking no noise. We chilling. You know, we understood, the Cowboy Nations understood that, hey, our starting quarterback went out week 1. We had our backup quarterback in, and he won us 4 games. Shout out to him. Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you know, when it was time for him to press and go outside of the formula, look at the title of the video. If he would have stuck to the formula, I think that we would have at least been a plus touchdown. You know, we would at least had at least one more touchdown than what we finished with. And the Cowboys organization and franchise kind of wet the bed with that, but that's okay. So, if you guys want to bloviate and be happy that y'all beat the quarterback, you know what I'm saying, and beat the Cowboys, by the way. I'm talking about the Eagles. If y'all want to be happy about that, if you want the cookie, you better eat it now. Because down the line, you know, one thing they say for sure, either these two things, for as principles, you in a storm or you coming out of a storm. And baby, and if you are not willing to accept humility with dignity and you want to fly around and drop some bird droppings on us, when it reciprocates, when it's time for it to turn back around, baby, we coming full head of steam. So you better be ready. Y'all better be ready, baby, because I got them clips loaded and I'm screenshotting, I'm taking names, I'm writing it down, baby. What did my guy say? He writing down names? He keep his clips loaded, baby. We ready for it, man. Let me see. Now, here's the craziest thing of it all. For about 2.5 years, you couldn't get a single solitary Eagle guy to walk around here with his chest out to put bets down on the line. But now that you see a team that's half wounded, you got Meek Mill, you got all of the Eagles aficionados and everybody else. You got everybody in the Eagles, whoever wore Eagles uniform. Hey man, you want to bet? You know. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin want to bet. Everybody want to bet something now, you know. But where was that bet last year? Where were those bets a year before that? You know, everybody want to bet now. Hey, you want to put some money on the line? You couldn't find nobody to put money on the line last year. You couldn't find nobody to put money on the line the year before that. But now all of a sudden, hey, you want to bet, man? You want to put some money down? This is about as fickle and sleight of heart that any other fan base would be. The Philadelphia Eagles looking for credence and validations, you know, from other teams. I literally had somebody to come over here, you know, why y'all always, we want fair and square, man. Look at Cowboys always looking for excuses. That's how they actually sound, by the way, you know. I can't make this stuff up. They come to me looking for validation. The Eagles fan base is so idiotic that they are willing to go back and forth with Ed Reed. I got a clip of Ed Reed on my channel, right? Talking about the Parson play that is not his fault. And they literally on my comment feed, y'all Cowboy fans, y'all a bunch of crybabies like they know more football than Ed Reed. You know what I'm saying? And I said, that's not even me. That's Ed Reed speaking facts, you know? But you want to go over here to my page and talk Donkey Kong size trash. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's crazy. Just check out the comment feed on my video post of Ed Reed breaking down the play. But that's okay. You know, that's okay. The Cowboys versus the Chicago Bears tomorrow. A game that these Dallas Cowboys, the defense, let me touch on this. Nobody in the National Football League generates more pressure than the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, and excuse me, the Cowboys with 29 sacks for the season. One of the fastest teams to get to 29 at this standpoint. Oh, did you guys know? Newsflash. Justin Fields been sacked 27 times in the National Football League. Now, and I heard that they got some issues with their offensive line. They got another offensive lineman to be doubtful in this game. Let me pull that chart up right quick. Y'all bear with me. And let me see who that offensive lineman is. Yeah. His name is Larry Borum. He's out. And then they guard, he's been positioned to be on the injury reserve. And of course, this is about to be a situation for us to reclaim our dominance again on the defensive side of the coin. When we look up the matchups, what have you, we do see, if one thing for sure, that the Cowboys points per game at 19.1, that we need to increase that level right there to get back to the graces that we used to seeing. And that's around at least 28 to 32 points a game. In the last 3 years, the Cowboys average around that number there. So I can tell you right now, this team, the offense from the Cowboys will be a plus 10 from that 19.1. I truly believe if we stick to the philosophy and the formula, when we run the ball, it will open up the single one-on-ones to the outside. And by chance, the Chicago Bears, their run defense is ranked 26, 27 respectfully. So we got to make sure we run the ball, Cowboy Nation. That's just how it goes. And this particular team, the Cowboys, will showcase their dominance. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let me pull up this right here because we definitely got to talk about this. And I thank you guys so much for jumping in. I think I got her right here breaking this down about the Ezekiel Elliott and all the other stuff. Let's listen to her right quick. And the lady name is Jane Slater. Let's see what she got. Let me know if y'all can hear
Omar, if you put this decision in Ezekiel Elliott's hands, he'll say, "Give me the rock." In fact, he's only missed one game because of injury in his 7-year career. And this week he talked about, "I'm not going to take off a game that I'm not 100% in," adding, quote, "That's soft." So that at least gives you his mindset heading into this one. But look, we've seen this happen before. Last year he was dealing with a pretty nasty PCL injury that he sustained in week 4. Yeah. And he continued to play through the season. Now, he did say it slowed him down in terms of explosiveness. But a lot of people around here would argue that having an Ezekiel Elliott on the field that's at 80% is better than not having him at all. Still, it was Jerry Jones who was on 105.3 The Fan today and said that they're managing this one a little different because they do have the bye week next week. In other words, this would, in theory, give them about 2 weeks to get ready before they face the Packers after the bye week. So that's why they're giving some consideration to not having him play. But Mike McCarthy said he's been trending in the right direction. Yeah. He's really gotten the bounce back in practice this week. And so we'll see how he does today. And then Saturday's practice is going to be a big one in terms of whether he can play or not. If he can't go, then, of course, they've got Tony Pollard. And I think this one's going to be interesting because this is a contract year for Tony Pollard. This allows the front office to see what they've got from him. He said, if they call it, I'm a haul it. They also have Malik Davis that they've called up at different times. He was great in the preseason, someone they have a lot of confidence in, someone that they could also put in there against a Bears run D that's tied for 29th in the league. So this would be a week, obviously you want to run the ball, but this might also be a week that you could do this game without Ezekiel Elliott. So we'll wait and see.
So I was wrong. I said I gave them too much credit, basically. I said that they had the 27th or the 28th run defense. They actually tied for the 29th run defense. So, Kellen Moore, all you got to do now, the run game, here's the situation. Yeah, they resting Zeke, Brandy. Yeah, let Zeke rest because at this point, when we look at everything, shout out to Jane Slater, by the way, for her brilliant breakdown and the philosophy, dare I say, of the whole point of resting Ezekiel Elliott. Of course, you got this week, and then you have the bye week, so he will be ready for the Green Bay Packers. And if anybody want to win a game, I know it's Michael. McCarthy. It got to be Michael McCarthy. He going to want to win that game against the good old Green Bay because he got a chip on his shoulder and he's trying to tell everybody, say, not everybody's lying now, because at one point y'all had me with the knife to the back, and it's not even a butter knife. You had the steak knife, and everything else to my back over there at Green Bay. And now all of a sudden the same issue is happening without him being there. Aaron Rodgers is pointing the finger at that coach. Is his name Matt LaFleur, whatever his name is over there, and some of the wide receivers. So now, if anybody want to be a full head of steam off the bye, preparing, getting ready for Green Bay Packers, will be Mike McCarthy or Michael McCarthy, because it's going to be like a Michael Myers type of situation over there. And I can't wait. But first, we can't count our eggs before they hatch. We got to take care of the Chicago Bears. If you anywhere around Dallas, you see that they already came deep. Everywhere I go, I see a Chicago Bears jersey here and a Chicago Bears jersey there. So they travel pretty good around here in Dallas. And they will make some noise in that stand, and that's just how it goes. People come to Dallas to have their vacation, because when you get down there to the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, it seems as if though it's an amusement park, because you got all the lights, the glitz, the glamours. So people gear up and they be ready to play the Cowboys. We just got to bring them the ammunition. We got to make sure that when they hear. When they hear, what did he say? What did he say?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
That's a good movie, The Gladiator, because the whole point of him doing it, the king was sitting in his chair after he defeated the man. He took the little knife or sword or what have you and threw it at the man and said,
"Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?"
Yes, indeed, baby, because this is what we need right here. Shout out to y'all, man, so much. James, appreciate you. Swag, appreciate you. He says one playoff win is hilarious. One is one. I think it's according to your saying there, it appears that you may be an Eagles fan, but I think if you're doing comparisons, analysis, I don't think Jalen Hurts got him a playoff win, right? So, So if you want to do comparisons of analysis of both quarterbacks, then help yourself, But I know you're here because this is the best way you can get some valuable information. Anywhere else you go, you might not get good information, but shout out to you. Appreciate you for jumping over here. Hey, it don't matter the years. You are moving the goalposts. He got none. That's the quality. That's the quality of what he have. He got zero. Every time an Eagle fan come, they like to use history in preference to put them in good glow, right? Hey, the Cowboys haven't won in 27 years. What y'all talking about? Well, the Eagles haven't caught up with the Cowboys in 27 years. That's the same history. You got 1 out of 27. If your team is so much superior, shouldn't you already have more than 5? And on top of that, let me give y'all a little history lesson. The Eagles been around since 1933. Ain't it crazy? And they on the bottom end of the division. They looking up to the Washington. That Washington team don't even have a universal name, right? They just the Washington team. We ain't gonna call them the command because they can't command anything. And then they are looking up to the Giants. And on top of that, they are looking up to the Cowboys. That's the craziest thing. But most Eagles fans like to try to use their small validation that they won in 2017. Well, that's been 5 years. That's a long time from here. I'm cooking him so bad, he's going to sleep. He's not going to sleep good tonight. He's going to say, man, Daddy wore me out, man. Let me go home, They closet Cowboy fans, but it is what it is. They come around here, they try to fly around here, and they get shot down every time. Because this is history. This is history speaking to them. You know what I'm saying? Been around since 1933 with 1 ring. This is crazy. But on the flip side, if you want a cookie for being in that Super Bowl and then winning it in 2017, here your cookie go. Let's make him feel good, Let's make him feel good, because he's going to sleep in the car. It is what it is. It's a situation that it's the Dallas Cowboys versus the Bears. But the kind and quality of content that they have over there, he ain't listening to his people. You got to be listening to his people, not listen to Chicago Bears, unless you're a Bears fan. You may be a Bears fan. Maybe just maybe he's a Bears-Eagles fan. That's what it is. Eagles said it don't count. Hold on. Let me fix my comment box. So I gotta fix it up for us, man. This is total. This is fan flavor. Good stuff, man. Let me fix it up a little bit. But let me see what you said, Sam. You said Sam says Eagles said it don't count when we beat their backups, but celebrate when they beat Cooper Rush. Yeah, the Eagles are beneath us. They're Bill Raggedy, Meek Mill. Ain't nobody listen to Meek Mill. Ain't nobody listen to dog on Meek Mill. It sounds like he's yelling at the mic. Give me 4-5 weeks, I could probably be better rapper than Meek Mill. Come on, baby. Meek Mill ain't no rapper. He need a hamburger and some French fries if he want to rap anything. He need to gain some weight first. One playoff. Look, that's all he can say. One playoff win. But here's the thing, because I think that math was your weakest subject line. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's one playoff win in 27 years, it don't matter. Even if, and I know it's more than one than 27 years. Ask me this, or solve this riddle right here, or solve this question here. If the Cowboys been so bad in the last 27 years, how come the Eagles don't have more Super Bowl rings than the Cowboys? We've been on vacation mode for the last 27 years. 27 years. And no Eagle fan. You should at least have 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe we can sit back and say, all right, they at least got 3 in 27 years. But they still haven't caught up. It's equivalent to someone buying their first starter home with 1-car garage. Maybe it's a 2, maybe if possible it's a 3-bedroom house. And they're going to say, well, at least my house is new. At least it's built in 2017. Look, we got to match it. We got multiple bedrooms. You want to come over and have a good nightcap? We got all of that. But it is. Post Malone is 100% better than Meek Mill. Yes, hey, look, people, I guarantee you even Meek Mill is listening to Post Malone. I like you. I do. I guarantee you Post Malone hand to hand in any type of sold-out arena, Post Malone is turning more tables and putting more money on the table than Meek Mill. Ain't nobody listen to Meek Mill. Ain't nobody listen to him. They listen to Post Malone. They listen to Post Malone. Oh, my gosh. Is it Tavis Banks? Post Malone is not better than Meek Mill. Well, according to who? Who's selling more records right now? You know what I'm saying? Who got the most money right now? Come on, man. Don't have me to pull up Post Malone's stats. Yeah, man, God dog, boy. But shout out to Meek Mill. Maybe I can tell you, we won't see Post Malone doing a bunny hop to losing on a tennis game. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on. Oh, my goodness, man. Hey, Eagles going down harder than some falling off the cliff. Yeah, they're going to be falling. It is what it is. Let them have their moment, because even in this whole entire situation, it's Cowboys versus Bears. But we see Eagles here. They let me know. We who they want, right? We who they look up to. And there's nothing wrong for looking up. It's okay. The admirations, the love, the anxiety moments of them sitting at top. One thing I know for sure, when you're confident in yourself and you're sitting on top, you don't have to look down, right? you congratulate those that's on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? You try to uplift those that's in your same circle that you try to see if they can get to where you at. But when you're striving to get to the top, you try to pull everything down. You know, you're trying to get the validation. This is wisdom talking to you. You see what I'm saying? Because if I'm better than a kindergarten, I wouldn't have to say it. If I'm better than a preschooler, I wouldn't have to say it. If I'm better than an elementary school graded person, you know, I don't have to say it. If I'm better than a middle school or a high schooler, I don't have to say it, right? You know, but when I feel intimidated, right? Or if I feel like somebody is better than me, then all of a sudden I say, well, hey, when I was in middle school, I had a 3.2 GPA. Or when I was in high school, I graduated with a 3.5. You know, you only graduated with a 3.0. You know, that means that it's somewhere in the hearts of hearts that you feel a little intimidated, that you have to go back and start saying things just so you can feel good about what you done did. No. But when you're on top, you try to elevate others to get to where you at. You know, so that's just what it is. The Eagles, as much as they can talk about we want this and they want this, at the end of the day, they're inspired by the Dallas Cowboys, and it's a little blue heart in them at the end of the day because they're inspired by us. They want to be like us. They want to say, because here's another thing, when you find out somebody's jealous about you, they try to tear down what's been given to you. Because one thing that I know for sure, that nobody gives themselves the nickname. You see, the Cowboys never said that, hey, we are the America's team. It was given to us. It's a nickname, you know. But the Eagles, they tend to say, well, we are the real America's team because we got the Eagles. And the eagle is an American bird. But, man, baby, at the end of the day, that bird do taste good over the grill. That eagle meat, baby. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm just joking with y'all now because I'm about to roll up out of here. I really appreciate you so much for tuning in to the Cowboys Sports Talk and Beyond, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Chicago Bears. Let's get crunk. Let's continue to grind and shine, Cowboy Nation. I just wanted to tell you guys that the philosophy still should be the same. I'm tired of slow roasting the Eagles over here. You know what I'm saying? Their father done spoke long enough. But neither here nor there. Here's the thing, Cowboy Nation. Stick to the philosophy and the formula, and everything will work its way out against the 29th ranked rush defense, the Chicago Bears. Yep. And this particular team, when we look at everything, yeah, we have our pitfalls, we have our downfalls. It's a home game. Should be a difficult game. At the end of the day, nothing is easy. We're going to fight for it. I tell people all the time, continue to fight for it. And let's continue to grind. Let's get it. And Cowboy Nation, let's get this thing going the best way possible. Because when you're on top, everybody try to give you their best. Right? You know, the craziest thing, it's just like a Ferrari, right? Or one of those fancy cars. They see it and say, ooh, I want that one. But some people, when they can't afford to get into those vehicles, like a BMW X5 or X7, they begin to talk and say, my Kia is just the same. You know, they begin to start validating their Hyundai and say, hey, man, they get the same gas mileage, right? We can still get to point A to point B. But in the hearts of hearts, they still want that Mercedes. They still gonna want those fancy things, right? Cowboys are those fancy things. It's not our fault. It's not. Where we are valued at as a franchise and an organization, that all eyeballs gonna be on us. It's not our fault that we look good even in a loss, we look good. It's not our fault that our fan base, we may get mad at each other. We may pick fights amongst each other. But we the biggest and we are the baddest. It's not our fault that we don't run away from this team. We may get mad, but we still support this team. We still roll with this team. And other fan bases, as shallow as they are, they still in the closet with their Cowboys gear on. You can find old pictures of Kevin Hart with a Cowboys jersey on, right? You can find old pictures with probably Meek Mills with a Cowboys hat. You can find other articles from other teams that say they support and root for their team with Cowboys apparel. We are the deepest. We are the baddest, and everybody want to give them, these Dallas Cowboys, their best shot. But that's okay. I tell people all the time, if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind for it, if you will simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold poverty or famish or fame or sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, ain't that right, Coach Marv? Just know who we are and what works for us, law, and that's running the ball, baby. Get back to those good graces and dog it and grim and besiege and beset it. You see how I put that in it? You will get it. Ain't that right, Coach Marv with the fire? We will be back tomorrow with a pregame show with your thoughts. I want your predictions, your call-ins, and maybe we'll pipe in the video. Cowboy Nation, that's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Come on. What's your profession, baby?
This is Sparta!
Come on, baby. Imitated but never duplicated, baby.
Are you not entertained?
Come on.
Are you not entertained?
Let's go. We out. One love, baby. One love. Thank y'all for tuning in to the nation. Stephen White, appreciate you. Alval, one playoff win, appreciate you. But keep in mind, even with one playoff win, the Eagles are looking up so much that they got stomach muscles on their necks. They want to be in Cowboys shoes so much that they own a Cowboys syndicate channel to get credence and validation for the nation, baby. I can't make this stuff up. Deep down in the hearts, I believe that he once was a fickle Cowboy fan. And then in the year of 2017, he probably switched teams. But that's okay. We will welcome you back with good grace and mercy from the four corners of the universe or the multiverse when it's your time to come back over here, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. Let's get on up out of here, baby. I done took that man to school. Get out of here. Yeah. Go home to your mama. You know what I'm saying? Because we going to run it up. Let's go. We just want to run it up, baby.
Can we check or something?
Eric Stewart, we'll take him back. We'll take him back. You know what? He would change his name and rip off of those Eagles clothes and showcase that Cowboys jersey that he got on up under there. He know more about the Cowboys than his Eagles. Come on, baby. Come on.
Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change.
Need that change to the safe, baby. Come on.
Pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play.
Charge it to the game. Who with Law, baby? Come on.
I'm with Day, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now.
Hey.
Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty.
Yeah, it's about loyalty. Come on. Yeah.
I mix Nike with designer, I experiment.
Come on.
You just rock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it.
Not feeling it, baby.
Baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit.
Boom.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on.
Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. I just be off the dome.
Come on.
I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clones. Yeah. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. Yeah. I be really in the field. Love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
TC915, baby. Appreciate you. Montana. Appreciate you, baby. Let's go.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
It's Mr. Nasty time.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.